Good morning, this is Dwayne, and we've been doing a series of videos about music theory, which I've called Good Stuff You Really Ought to Know About Music and Piano Playing. And one thing you really ought to know about piano playing particularly is that chords can be stacked in fourths. So today I'd like to take up the stacked fourth chords, and they give you a much more open voicing kind of sound. Now, by stacked fourth, I mean the intervals are not thirds, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're not stacked in thirds like that. That's a typical chord, isn't it? Even a four-note chord is usually a stack of thirds. Those are all a stack of thirds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? But fourth would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, up the scale. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you a way to form the C chord that uses the third, the sixth, and the ninth. Those are all fourths. You see, it's four notes from E to A and four notes from A to D. Okay? Now, of course, when you just play that by itself, it doesn't sound like the C chord at all, does it? Because it doesn't have C in it, doesn't have G in it. But if you play a low C and G first, you see that? See that sound? You hit a low C and a G, or you can roll a 10th like that, and then follow it with that chord. Okay, so that would be a C chord you could use. A stacked, open voicing chord. Okay. Now for G, in the key of C, there's three primary chords, like there is in any key. And in the key of C, it would be C, F, and G. Okay. So let's find some stacked fourths for those other primary chords. For G or G7th, we could do this. We could just move up one white key from where we are. In other words, move E up to F, move A up to B, move D up to E. Over, we have to hit a low G. It already has the third in it, so we're okay if we just hit a G, or you can hit a G and a D. That's fine too. Okay, either way is okay. So on C we have this kind of sound. On G we have this kind of sound. You've heard that kind of sound. Okay. Now the third chord in the key of C, the third primary chord, is F, isn't it? So let's find a stacked fourth chord, which is close to those. And the easiest way is to just take the C chord that we learned with E on the bottom and put E flat on the bottom. And that becomes the F chord. It's E flat, A, and D. Again, it's a stack of fourths, okay? But you got to hit a low F first. Okay, again, C, G, F, G, C, F, G. Okay, so if you learn those three chords voicing in fourths, you can use that in the key of C, particularly when you're playing the blues or something, because that has kind of a bluesy sound. Incidentally, if you want a C7 too, then I would just add this B flat note like that. See that? Nice thing about stacked in fourth too is you can move up a half a step on any of those chords and to get a little variety. Watch. On F, do the same thing. On G, same thing. See that? Okay, that's called open voicing in fourths, and there's a lot of room to experiment around and find your own kind of voicing, but that's just 3 chords in the key of C that might get you started if you're interested in that style. If you like this sort of thing, come on over to playpiano.com and sign up for our free series of videos. And hope to see you there. So bye-bye for now.